Well, guys, the time has finally come. We've got our hands on a Tesla semi-truck. We had to come all the way out here to California. We've been attending the ACT Expo, as you guys have probably seen by now. It's honestly like breathtaking. You don't know what to think because it looks so different, so crazy. We're not going to get to drive it today. We're going to come back here tomorrow, but this is the only opportunity we're going to have to walk around it, look underneath it, see everything. And yeah, now there's lots of trucks to ride and drive. We're going to be doing some more of these probably in this video, but we're going to dissect this Tesla semi-truck. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. So, looking at this thing from first glance, from the front, it looks like it's got a huge sleeper on it. It looks crazy. Looks like you've got this piece of glass right here, right? Wrong. Back here, it's all open. Look at all this back here. Look at all the space, dude. Isn't that crazy? Like, you'd think that it would have a huge sleeper, and maybe it does. Maybe that's a different model. Maybe we're gonna set an alarm off by climbing on this thing. But I mean, there's a ton of room. You could put a whole headache rack up in here. I don't know if this is like storage compartments. I think that's what that might be. I think the batteries all sit under here on the sides of the frame. Tow hooks there. All fiberglass. The whole side of this thing. Fiberglass. Steel cab. Nice big work area though to step on, do whatever you need to do. But dude, look at those axles. Holy crap. Now, look at that. I'm assuming these are Tesla axles because I think they make most of their own stuff, so you would assume it is, but pretty wild looking. Like the way that rear diff cover is, it's like a diff cover on like a regular car or something. But out of all the electric trucks we've been seeing, the ones that are here, this is like the most, looks like it's made and everything has a place to be, if that makes sense. Electronic parking brake there, braking system, see that module there? This is something really unique. Look at this. They have a hole in the frame for the crossbar to go through. And these huck rivets are huge, dude. All the hardware for mounting everything is just massive. It does kind of have some small airbags, smaller than I'd think they would be. It's just wild. It has two drive motors, but they have different flanges on the outside. Look at this. Like this one has like a cone, something similar like the Scania has, like a removable shaft. And then that one has a regular axle shaft. But now see the front axle, we're skipping all over the place here because my mind's going wild seeing this thing. It says ZF. So I'm wondering, is the axles on this thing ZF? You know, ZF makes a lot of different transmissions and axles, stuff like that, but it sits really low to the ground. I wonder what the weight is. We'll have to ask all these questions when we get someone to let us drive this thing tomorrow. But dude, just that axle's a monster, dude. Holy crap. That thing's insane. I mean, it looks insane, but it seems really simple at the end of the day too. Now, it's got the same style quick airline connectors and stuff like what are on our Scania truck. We're starting to see a lot of this stuff here in the US and like the new Volvos and Max and stuff. But the frame, that's something else to point out, is the width of the frame. This frame looks much wider than your traditional heavy duty truck frame, and it's double framed too, it looks like. No, it's not. It's just the supports for that crossbar there. Let's look underneath this. Oh, whoa! Was not expecting that. Independent front suspension. And the steering box is way up in the center. This is the steering rod. Wow. So independent front suspension. I bet this thing rides good. Look, the whole bottom of it is completely smooth. Yeah, but independent front suspension, that's like truly a game changer. And the steering box being right up in the middle of the truck. You can't really see it. We're doing our best to film here, but this steering rod goes all the way to the center there. So you don't have a steering rod that goes side to side. You just have a rod that goes right there to the center. Called independent front suspension. I was not expecting that. But the front, you know, the front, I wonder if it has a frunk you can pop. I bet it does.
This thing looks better than a Peterbilt.
I'm waiting for it to freaking, what? Yeah, this thing looks beautiful. I would drive this any day over the Scania or the Peterbilt.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely. Well, comment down below, guys. Don't you agree with us?
100%.
I mean, I would drive. We're gonna drive it, and I want to drive it just to have the experience. But it's crazy. See, the clearance lights are like built in behind the windshield.
Yeah.
There's cameras right here. There's 1, 2, 3 cameras right here in that mirror. I don't see the radar though, unless the cameras are using that instead of having radar. Maybe it's built in here somewhere. I don't see radar. There's a camera in the very front. They must be doing all that instead of using radar. See any cameras back here maybe anywhere? Huh. So, we're on the topic of things on the front of this truck. Single arm windshield wiper. You know, you sit centered in the truck. I wish these doors, I don't know if it's telling people when I try to open it.
Might be.
It's probably saying, hey, someone's at the door of the truck. Whoever has the app, I guess. But there you have it, the outside of a Tesla semi-truck. I mean, there really isn't a whole lot of other things we can cover, I don't think. I mean, it's got an automatic fifth wheel disconnect. You can hit a button to disconnect it. It's got regular slider. It's got most of the standard things, you know, that you would have in a regular semi-truck. Imagine, you know, Whistling Diesel did the Tesla truck testing. If we could do a semi-truck torture test. That'd be crazy, dude. Dude, these rivets are monsters. These are huck rivets, so in order to ever unbolt any of this stuff, you have to cut them boys off. And they are a lot of pressure right there. A lot. But they are really small airbags, though. Look at them. Look at those things. It's really surprising how small they are. I don't know why they're doing that. Kind of weird, but okay. All right, guys, we're back out here the next day. The Tesla truck is right here, and we've been given the opportunity to ride in it. They're not letting anyone drive these, unfortunately, but got to take it where we can get it. So our buddy Alex Mai with Mother Trucker just got to ride in it with a group of guys, and we're about to hop in here and get to ride in it and see what it's like to sit in a Tesla semi-truck firsthand. Now, these aren't available to the public to buy or purchase or anything with, but they say sometime next year, once the mega factory in Texas is done, they'll be ready for sale. So. Howdy.
Howdy, I like it.
This is amazing in here. So can we ask you a couple questions really quick?
Yeah.
So this has an electronic parking brake module in it? That's what this is,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So no air in the cab, basically.
I don't believe so.
Dude, the visibility in this is insane.
It is awesome.
The camera quality is like next level. Oh my goodness.
You got your...
Wow. So first thing I notice is the steering wheel is not the typical big rig style steering wheel. So that's pretty different. Cool. Well, I'll sit down.
You guys ready? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you take off. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Where are you guys out of?
We're out of Tennessee, originally from Florida.
I got you.
Whoa, that is crazy smooth. This thing has independent front suspension, so that's like,
right. Yeah, it makes it nice and tight.
wow.
What I tell everybody is if you know how to drive a Model Y, you know how to drive the semi.
Yeah,
It just
that's incredible.
feels like a taller Model Y.
Dang. Lots of cup holders. That's a huge thing for truck drivers.
Right? Yeah, lots of space for your cooler, all that in the back. It's easy to get in and out. You guys saw it. You can stand up,
Yeah.
obviously.
Look at how it's detecting like other. That's really cool.
Even on the camera angles.
Yeah. Now I wonder once these trucks release and they have trailers hooked to them, will there be like connectivity with the trailer with some kind of a camera system maybe?
That can. Yeah, that can be integrated depending on the third party system.
Wow, it's extremely quiet.
Very.
Well, there's a camera focused on you as a driver also. Is that to monitor your eyes on the road or? That's
Yeah,
pretty
that'll
cool.
be the eventual capabilities, right? For safety, make sure everybody's alert.
Yeah, the whole point I guess is to reduce traffic fatalities and traffic accidents. I wonder if this one has automatic braking. Something in front of you, or something to come, maybe.
I want to see that big windshield wiper move.
Yeah. The simplicity of everything in here is pretty incredible.
Oh, that's sick.
It's not quite as big as the Cybertruck.
Yeah. Well, look right here on the windshield where the wiper is. There's actually windshield's heated, and I would assume that's to help keep the wiper from freezing to the windshield. That's pretty neat. Such a big wiper, I guess it is susceptible to freezing. So do any of the windows roll down in here, or they're all just kind of up?
They pop open like this.
Oh wow, it's kind of like a jet. You know, like the That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice, especially if you're going through a gate or something. You can pass paperwork through either side.
That's neat. Now, something to point out is like, this is a steel cab truck, right? It's not like your Tupperware torpedoes that we call them, or plastic trucks. I wonder what it weighs. Doors on both sides. Some of the other trucks we've seen out here today, and one in particular that's extremely similar to this, has just one door on it. No key, just the card, huh?
Right, yeah, just like your other Teslas. App access, just the same.
Alright, so we're pulling back in. It's just incredibly smooth. Independent front suspension. I don't think there's any other big rigs on the road that have independent front suspension. Like, the only place I've ever seen that in a heavy duty truck is like the military. So, I mean, the visibility is pretty incredible. How many miles are on this truck right now, do you know?
I think this one's somewhere around 50,000.
Wow, so it's been out there being used and being tested and shown off then. That's quite a bit. I mean, it's really quiet, no doubt. I'm sure when you get going down the road, you hear some road noise and stuff, but definitely the only truck here with a pretty long line of people waiting to get in it. It's going to have 1,000 miles put on it in this parking lot. Wow. There you have it. We got to drive the Tesla, or not drive it. We got to ride in it. I can't say I'm not a little disappointed we didn't get to drive it, but apparently they're not letting anyone drive these trucks until like the final models are available to the public, and these are still demo models and still like test units, things like that. So 50,000 miles is quite a bit on a truck that's not even available to market yet. So really, really cool. Riding in the truck, you can hear the power steering pump running, you can hear the air compressor. You can't really hear anything else, but we're not going 70 miles an hour down the road either. So there's only so much we can gauge or get the feeling for, and hopefully one day in the near future we'll get the opportunity to drive one of these, maybe put a trailer behind it and put a load behind it. And again, my typical viewers, this isn't something that we would normally have on the channel, but I'm sure everyone is curious about these trucks and some of the other videos we have coming after this, that, you know, you have to at least appreciate the technology that goes into something like this to make it possible. Is the battery electric stuff sustainable right now? My personal opinion, no, not really. But is it in the future? I think there is a future for battery electric trucks in the near future. So yeah, guys, thanks for checking out the Tesla video.